face at 3 a.m. Ninja trader hums a digital hymn. Futures flicker red and green ballet. TikTok silent, YouTube's just static today. Candlesticks climb, then they fall like rain. My portfolio's a ghost, no one to explain. Lonely days, trading in the void. Charts don't lie, but they don't make a noise. I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. No audience claps, no one to cheer. Just me in the market, year after year. My phone pings once a spam email plea. Boost your followers, be a celebrity. I delete it fast like a bad trade gone wrong. Cause my world's in the lines where the trends belong. Volume spikes, then it drops to a crawl. I sip cold coffee, stare at the wall. Lonely days, but I can't look away. This is my life, for better or worse, okay? I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Maybe I should log off, go outside, breathe the air, see the sunrise. But the market waits, it never sleeps, and I'm addicted to the chase, the secret it keeps. What if I win? What if I lose? Does it matter if no one's here to choose? I guess I'll stay in this digital cage, trading my days, page after page. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. Screen fades to black, I close my eyes. Tomorrow's a new chart, a new disguise. Lonely days, but I'll wake up again. Cause in the end, the market's my only friend. Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to
is everybody ready for the weekend, guys? I feel like I need a few days break, but then I find myself here in the evening staring at charts sometimes. So I don't know if you really ever take a break if you like looking at charts. I wish I can kind of figure out the Bitcoin market. I don't know if any of you guys are experienced with the Bitcoin weekend charts, how well that moves or not. It would be. I think I may take a look at it, just kind of watch it and just see what it is. I don't know if anybody trades Bitcoin on the weekend. We're gonna be extra careful today, guys. We're not. I'm going to probably trade the funded account with the least amount of money on it. I don't want to really like make any big mistakes on a Friday and spend all weekend and think about it. I feel like we had a decent survival week. I think the worst we did this week was blow up a eval. No fundeds, so we're still doing a very good job protecting our funded accounts. I mean, that's always the key for me every week is try to protect our fundeds. And if everything goes good, we should get to pay out next week. We're only about 2 trades away. That's if we hit our max profit that we usually look for, which is at 120 to 150. I think we need $250 for another $1,000 payout on this account. This will be the second payout on this account. So hopefully we can continue that. What's up, man, from India? How are you doing today? What's the time difference in India? So it's 8 o'clock in the morning for me, or about 8:15. What time is it for you there? I mean, I guess I can always look it up, but just asking questions. India. Okay, so we're about 10 hours difference. Okay. But I'm kind of wondering what the today's price action is going to be like after we done sold off this much overnight. I mean, we've already sold off what 500 points since 12 o'clock last night. So in the last what 7-8 hours, we've already sold off 500 points. So I don't know. I'm kind of looking for a reversal this morning. That's what I'm going to be looking for, which that doesn't really mean anything because, you can always look for those longs, and we have not ran those previous day highs. Okay, so you do good at crypto market. Uh, that is something that I've been like wanting to look into. I know there's several prop firms out there that allows you to trade crypto, but what is the best time to trade crypto? Is the best time like the same time as the New York sessions open, or does it have very good movement like all day long? Or how does it move on the weekend? Do you have like fairly decent movement on the weekends? Like if you were trading like a Friday night or a Saturday morning. I mean, I guess I know our hours be different, but I know there's like so many people that's into trading crypto. It might just be one of those things I have to do a lot more research. I know there's this one prop firm, Trader Launch. It only costs like $20 to trade crypto a month. Okay, so six and an even it would be the New York opening, and 9:30 in the morning. I guess that would still be kind of like, you know, 6 o'clock uh, in the evening here. So, okay. All right. We may have to look into that. So, oh, you got 5 years experience with trading crypto or just trading altogether? Yeah, our New York's only crypto. Yeah, I mean, there's such a huge community of crypto traders. I mean, um, I've been spending so much time trading futures because I stream like twice a day, and there's just some nights that the futures market is not moving. It hasn't been too bad lately, but as soon as that's going to come back around where the Asia market is not a lot of volume in the futures market, but right now it hasn't been that bad. I mean, we've been getting pretty massive swings in the Asia market, which has been pretty wild lately, but the New York session has just been so choppy lately that I think you're lucky to get like 1, 2 trades in the New York session and just try to be done. That's going to be me today. I'm going to try to get one funded account trade, then just be done the rest of the day and just trade a eval or something. So, ooh, that was loud. Someone's commercial popped on. Yeah, we don't want to jack up our accounts on a Friday, man. Fridays are like one of those days that I used to not even trade on Fridays in my early trading journey because if you have a F up day on a Friday, man, you got to spend Saturday thinking about it. You got to spend all day, the rest of the Friday day thinking about it, all day Saturday, all day Sunday to try to get past it. Then Monday morning, you're back and end up revenge trading. And it's just, having a good Friday sets you up for a really good Monday. At least it does for me. I feel like if I have a really good Friday, even if there's not a lot of profit, just survive that Friday. To me, it always kind of makes me have it coming into Monday super positive. So it looks like right now we got a night. If this right here, all right, man. Have a good rest of your morning. Good luck with the crypto traders. I mean, good your crypto trades today. What's up, Thrill Chaser? How are you doing today? So we will start off in the green today because last night after I got off the stream, I ended up taking a gold trade. So we're going to start off in the positive, like $200 on the eval. Uh-oh. What time is it? All right. What are you trading? Are you trading today, Thrill Seeker, or are you just watching? I don't know about you guys, and I'm kind of ready for the weekend. I'm usually pretty tired, man, streaming on both sides of the day. A lot of times the QQQ might have a crazy pump. I want to see a big old pump to the upside today too, man. You wait for 30 minutes. Man, I usually try to pop a trade in that first 10 to 15 minutes if I can. I like when it's like super high volatility and we get like a nice little 5-minute setup here. I mean, we got a really, really nice like 5-minute trend line. And even the stop loss is not very big right now. So you only got like a 20-point stop loss, and you're off a pivot. You ran a previously hourly candle. Let's look at this here. Especially if we can get above the 60s. I feel like if we can break back above the previously hourly candle, we can either push up to our next pivot or previous day low back up into the 740s, 762. So I'm definitely feeling like we could hopefully have a big move to the upside today. What would be really insane if we can rerun the high of this previous 4-hour candle back up at 940, and that would offer a lot of opportunities. And plus our midnight candle that's sitting up there around the 23,900. So I'm hoping it's not one of these days where you get that one big move in the morning and the rest of the day is just super choppy. Okay, so we do have some news man, I didn't even check news today. Let me do that for us for a minute. That used to be like one of the first things I would do every morning, just make sure that we so there's multiple places you can get your little news. There's the I want to say Forex charts Red Folder Forex or something like that. I use investing.com's economic calendar. But I don't guess it's any like three. They don't say it's any three-star news, so maybe we won't get like those big moves this morning. It'll just be like a little jolt. Forex Factory. That's it. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember the back end of it. Thanks, Thrill Tracer. I was sitting here thinking I'd say Forex, Red Folder, Forex. I just could not recall the whole name. I forgot the factory part. Yeah, so another place you can look for news also is Forex Factory. Okay. Again, and it'll show like little red folders, what they are. And we can look at Forex Factory if you want to see it too. Heck, we got a minute. So if you like the way Forex Factory looks, this is what Forex Factory looks like. So I think that was the one thing Glass was talking about where we have, did he say Flash? Is that right? Flash manufacturing. I don't know if that's something that affects the futures market or if that's only something that affects the currency market. That's the only thing I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody knows that or not. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong day. Today's Friday, so I had that completely wrong. Okay, there's the right time. So I guess it shows the whole week. And there's probably a few other places out there too, if you're looking for places to get your news from. Most of the time, if you wait till after the 10 o'clock hour, you don't have to worry about news. Mostly all your news is done between 8:30 and 10. So we're already getting another break out of that that 15-minute candle that we like to watch, which is the 9 to 9:15 candle. That's usually the candle that I take a lot of trades on. That's usually my short and bias. So that's how I pick my short and bias early in the morning. So if we're above the 15-minute candle, obvious longs, and once we sell back through it, we're looking for shorts. So this is what this gold box is. That's just my bias for the morning. Like I said, I don't think we're going to take a funded account trade on our one count. And that would be this one right here. We're sitting at $53,346. So we only need about $250 more. We got to get to $3,600 to get a payout. I don't really know. I mean, if I do stuff like other people, sometimes I probably don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think I've probably just taken a variety of things just from the stuff that I've learned over the years and probably just kind of smash it together and just kind of, do what works for me. Because I like to trade off the 5-minute charts also. And I like to watch higher time, just a variety of things. So I like to trade around the higher time frames in the morning. So I like to use the higher time frames for targets. So, and that's what each one of these boxes are. They're 1 hour candles with the 5-minute candles kind of making up that whole hour. And this way we can kind of have everything we need here on one charts. So the large box that you see at the top side, this is your 4-hour candle. So this is that you're pretty much knowing that if we push up to 700s, we're probably going to bounce back a little bit because you're running into the bottom of a 4-hour candle. You get through the 700s, that means more likely we're going to probably at least, which it looks like we've already had the 50% pullback of this 4-hour candle. I mean, you can kind of see that once this new candle starts, you kind of pull back 50%. So the half lines are your 50% of the 4-hour candle. And these next 3 boxes you see are your 1-hour candles. Then the very 2 smaller ones, I don't really use this one, but I do use this one. So what I'd like to see is, like, since we already kind of broke our 15 minutes, I would like it to see us kind of push back into our 15-minute range, then move higher. Or either that or kind of like yesterday's trade where we had a manipulation of the 15 minutes, basically where we pushed out the bottom, then came back through the 15 minutes. That is probably my favorite setup in the morning whenever we have that manipulation kind of down to the bottom. And it looks like this. So this was yesterday's setup. So you see how we kind of pushed out our 15 minutes. We had the manipulation out the bottom. And as we came back through the 15 minutes, I waited for this candle here to print to get long. So this was our long entry yesterday. And then, we pretty much ran into a roadblock. We pretty much pulled up about 3/4 of the 4-hour candle here. You can kind of see all this consolidation up here. We're mainly trading off like support and resistance, looking for consolidation zones in the morning. And so the second move is pretty much when we got back here, back below the 15 minutes. So we took this short tier 2, even though this short, I did paper hand quite a bit yesterday. So it was a sloppy on that short yesterday. Then the rest of the morning kind of sucked where we just kind of consolidated. Then the next trade I got wasn't until we got on my funded futures, and that's kind of whenever we broke out of this wedge on the 5-minute chart. So you can kind of see we had like a nice little wedge where we were just making smaller, higher lows pretty much until we finally got the breakout. And I think we took 30 points out of this trade yesterday. But that was just on an eval. We had one funded trade with 2 yeah, I'm kind of liking the longs myself today. I just feel like with a 500-point sell-off, you would think that we would get some kind of push up this morning. Now, where this is going to be very tough to grab, let's just say we don't pull back into this 15 minutes and it just goes straight to the moon. That's going to be a very tough long to grab. That's where you're just kind of stuck sitting on your hands and waiting. And that's a possibility too, because I usually don't take the breakout unless we get some kind of pullback. I would need to see some kind of pullback back into the 15 minutes. Don't know if we can get it. It's usually, to me, it makes it a little tougher whenever we break out of this zone first thing in the morning. But most of the time when we break out of this zone, they don't even come back, man. It's just a freaking rocket ship straight to the top. Especially if we break 70. Above 70, it's probably off to the runners there. At least 30 points. $30 is kind of my bear bull line here. Let me check it one more time. 68. 68 is kind of the bear bull line, which is kind of like breaking this hourly candle. So that's an area that I look for breaks. If they're on hourly breaks. So for the longs, I like the longs back above 70s, but I'd like it to see it pull back, then blast back through. All right, so we got 40 seconds left here, guys. All right, get situated for the craziness. Ooh, is this thing just going to go straight to the moon here? Two seconds left. Didn't quite get the pullback in there, but man. We're doing pretty good, thank you. See if we're going to break those 70s finally. Like I said, that 70 is kind of like my bull bear line this morning. Whew. We're on Ninja Trader. Zion. Getting a nice little pullback here. You really like to see the 50% pullback, but I don't know if we... And that'd be your 1 hour 50% pullback there at the 22.20 area. Short bias would have to be back below 81, 581. There's your 50% of the 15-minute candle. I'm hoping it's just a manipulation candle here, like maybe off the pivot, then just for a rip back up. There's your first pivot hit, guys. Whew, you wanted to get long, but yeah, it's too hard to do that first thing in the morning, Nick. Because that thing could easily have flushed that. That's too hard to do first this early in the morning. Probably just try to trade as much as you can on a sim account, or find a cheap evaluation account with a prop firm, where you're not spending more than 15 or 20 bucks a month. Usually that's what discourages most people from, once they start trading and when they quit trading, is because, they end up spending a lot of money out the gate. I'm still waiting here. We're about to have a new 5-minute candle, so we can see what happens with this next 5-minute candle. If we hit the 75, you want to see this next candle push up back into the 500s, or to the 600s, maybe back into the pivot, or even your 15 minutes. Because what could happen is this next candle, like yesterday, could go all the way back through. And see, it's really hard for me to long into the 50s. Most time you hit those 50s, you get a push back to the 75, or even the whole number back up there. Ooh. You're shorting on the retest of the 82. Yeah, I like that. That's not a bad idea either. I'd like to see it push back up into the pivot if we can. Oh. Yeah, we can go back in a little and look at past trades. I'll have to wait till the market slows down. Be patient, man. This thing could easily pull back 50% of this 15 minutes here, or even retest that pivot. There's the retest of the 15 minutes. I think you got to wait for the 50% there at the 600s. That's a 50% there. If we're going to continue down, this area here needs to hold. Now that could be the manipulation candle to go back out the top side, so you just got to be careful here. We got 1 minute left on this next candle, so be careful here. You're inside that 15-minute zone. You don't want to take a trade inside that 15-minute zone. You want to wait till we get out. You need to wait and see what side we break out on to be if you want to be safe. Still just waiting. We're still back in the 15 minutes, guys. Remember, you want to wait for us to get out of that 15 minutes. Still. Well, we're at least breaking out of it. Woo, very trickery here, guys. Very trickery. Do we finally? Which way are we going to break? Holy goodness, man! We're still trapped inside this 15-minute candle. Gotta get outside this 15-minute candle here, guys. You got lucky. Yeah, don't trade inside the 15 minutes. Wait for us to get out of this thing. That's all we're on is 3 micros. Sorry if I'm not seeing your message, guys. You'll have to give me a minute. We're looking for a funded trade, so I'll have to look at chat in a minute. We might have got popped on that one. I think should. Might have bought the fake breakout on that 15-minute pop. Yep, I did. God dang it. Probably going to get stopped out on this one, guys. All right. Son of a bee. All right, like I said, we're still going to take either the long or short here, no matter what happens with the breakout. You're down 100. Yeah, that put us 160, 165 in the hole. I bought my short pre-market because I thought once we broke this 15 minutes that we'd get the pop. We're still inside of our 15 minutes. We have yet to close outside of our 15 minutes. That was our first 15-minute or 25 hit. So this next should push through, I think. This will have to be the last trade on this funded here. I'm not sure if we get through those 60s up there. Still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Dude, I don't want it back below the 20. 'Give me a minute, guys. Like I said, I'll look at your chat in a minute. $40. That don't look good when you get a big old wick down to the downside like that. We could pull back and retest the 09s here. Damn, that's nasty. 10 would be my line in the sand. We lose the 9-10, we'll close the trade. Like I said, if I lose that 10 level, we'll close this trade out. We got 2 runners left in here. Son of a bee. My runners got stopped out on that one. Ooh, this has been brutal this morning so far, guys. So we're still in the red on the funded because we got as little as getting $75 back. Look at Rico candles here. This thing just going to sell off now that we're not in it. It's the way it goes. Oh, the manipulation's been insane this morning, guys. What's up? It's Friday USC. Wait 45 minutes. Wow, nice candle. There's your first 25 hit. Did anybody take the short to the downside? I didn't know if we would get the push back up to the 50. I mean, it's definitely not probably funded trade worthy, but I've taken stuff like this on evals before, like where you get a push back up to the back up to the 50. About to have a new 5-minute candle here. Damn. It's hard for me to take these after we done took back-to-back losses, so we're just trying to be patient and you've taken a couple shorts. Nice on the short guys. Oh, you're doing the oil? Look at this thing. It's just, does this thing even have a bottom at the moment? Looking for my Is anybody holding the short? What we're doing is I'm trying to wait for like a little retest of the 500. All right, I can look at y'all's chats because since we're just kind of waiting, I still feel like we possibly got more room to the downside if we take that other pivot down at the 350s here. You shorted that one. Nice on the $80. This is the low. Yeah, I've never tried that old ultrasound. Wow, that was crazy. What kind of crazy stuff is that? Oh, that was that news, guys. That was the news. That was insane. Holy shit. Oh, that was insane. Holy goodness. Oh, shoot. All right, another 500 retest. Did we just retrace this whole move? That would just be insane. I don't think we do, but let's see. Man. Like I said, we're just kind of taking our time. Like I said, we've already taken back. We already took one loss this morning, and we took a little winner, but our runners got stopped out. You shorted one micro. Did anybody take most of the short to the downside this morning? I wish we could have caught that short, but after we got stopped out, we didn't want to re-enter the short. Insane morning. You would think that we'd want to bounce off this wick on the pullback at 525. All right, I'll try to look at some messages to see. We're trading on Bulinox at the moment. This next candle may be a nice sell to the downside. A lot of times, whenever you usually see these small bodies with these big wicks, like on the 5 minutes, usually that next candle is like a nice move to the downside. We're going to try one more funded trade. Then that'll probably be my last funded trade. I'm so glad I didn't trade my other funded today. You're long from 659. Oh, that's a put long. Okay. Sounds good, Brandon. Have a good weekend. I don't know what it is about these little Fridays, man, but they've been insane lately. If the oil is going up, you can she's going down. Yeah, I heard that oil's been having a very good like opposite of the NQ lately, but I still haven't watched it. Sometimes I feel like whenever I try to watch multiple charts, it kind of messes with me. Because I used to do that with the ES. Ooh, you think NQ goes to the 20K trading with Jack? Hmm. It's like I want to get short, but man, the 20-point pullbacks are just insane. It makes it so difficult. We're in discount at the moment. Got the paper hands. This type of price action makes you get the paper hands, man. It does it to me all the time. It makes it. Uh, Anytime it's just whipping back and forth, man, it's so hard. Just don't get the good follow through. Then you get like these big like boner candles out of nowhere. Then your next two or three candles are just straight wicks and whipping back and forth. So it's like I wanted to short the 90s. and make another run to the 50s, but man. I mean, it looks like it's trying to break here. So this would be your 4-hour low at the 71s. You'd almost need to get back below 71 for this to break back to the downside. If not, you could have like a 50% pullback. You're shorting, Tim? I like the shorts. I feel like that we can make a run to this pivot down at the 300s. Yeah, Fridays are very tough. I try to limit my losses as much as I can on Fridays if we start taking losses. First trade was a loss. The second trade was a winner with the runners getting stopped out. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. I'm just glad we decided not to trade our one fundeds that we need 2 wins on. So we need like 2 more winning trades, maybe 3 to get to that payout. And we don't want to run it on a Friday because that would suck. We got a little inside bar here at the 20. I don't know if anybody trades the 5-minute inside bars. So with the 5-minute inside bars, basically you would just take the break for whatever way it goes. Then your stop loss would have to be at the opposite side of the 5-minute. Looks like the top side's going to get broke. Nope. Oh. All right, 5-minute side's about to get broke. That would be like a 5-minute inside bar break. Really need my runner to get some points here. What it paid? It paid us 20 points. So if you take those inside bars, 20 points is usually the line is usually what I look for, is a strict 20 points. But I was trying to get a little bit more since we took a loss a while ago. So basically what you do is you just wait for your first inside bar on the 5 minutes. And it's still a valid trade unless it breaks the other side of the 5 minute inside bar. Goodness. Dude, my runners are getting hammered today, Nick. All right, we're going to enter with just 2 micros here. Damn. This ought to be my last trade here because what the fundeds. Holy goodness. Like I said, this will be the last funded trade here, guys. Dude, come on. Give me the 50%. That's all I care for. I'm targeting the 50% of the previous hourly candle. I'm sorry. I'll look at your chats in a minute, guys. Yeah, we got long again. Yeah, Sam, we are long. I mean live. Dude, the follow through, man. We're still just getting insane whip action right now. All right, we're just going to take our points. I don't feel like sitting through that crap. Oh no, I don't really do any of that type stuff. I just pretty much just share what I do. I mean, what I'm doing. Just show what I'm trading. So that trade there was called a 5 minute inside bar. This is how I started out trading the 5 minute charts. I want to say that was the first inside bar. All right, so what you do is you wait for the very first 5 minute inside bar after we open. So technically your stop loss is supposed to be there. You could go for 1-for-1. So if you got long here at 19, so you would be targeting 40 points. So 60 would have been your 1-for-1. This is how I started out trading the 5-minute charts, trading inside bars, looking for 10 to 20 points on as it breaks the 5-minute inside bar. And as long as you can see, I mean, we pulled back almost to the bottom of that inside bar and it still held. But you should already be out of it. I wouldn't usually look for no more than 20 points. When I re-entered that second times, I downsized to the 2 micros, trying to get my runners to that 50% mark up there at the 70s. So I'm glad we closed this. I still think it could possibly go, but man, this stuff's just whipping so bad today. I guess we'll try a elusive eval now. How much profit do we got in our elusive? We got 787 in our elusive account at the moment. Which one's your bread and butter trade? Nick? Oh, if you see it not past the other wick, it's bullish. Oh, yeah. That is definitely a nice little setup, especially on the 5-minute inside bar. But a lot of times you don't get that pullback like that, though. So that would have been a winning inside bar that paid 40 points because you would have been, your entry should have been at 20 or 19. So that did pay 40 points. Yeah, here, where it didn't break this previous inside bar, yeah. It's still a valid long as this red candle doesn't get ran. So this trade, actually, I used to take this every single day. It has a fairly good win percentage. It's just sometimes you don't know how big your stop loss has to be. Sometimes the RR can be on the negative side. So most of the time, I just look for like 20 points, 10 points in a runner. Yeah, that was just me marking out the inside bar. That's all I was doing because I was going to take it. Then when it went back up, and as long as the bottom of the inside bar didn't get broken, it's still considered a valid trade. But it's already paid its 40 points, so you shouldn't be messing with it no more, which I'm not. Uh-oh. I think we're going down from here because that's what's the 50% of the hourly candle. Oh, you didn't take profit already? I think that was the 50% pullback right there at the 60s. I think if you pull fib on this leg, I think that's the 50% mark. Yeah, that was the 50% pullback. So that pulled back into discount. Oh, you did take the pullback into the premium like up there? I mean, that was almost perfect pullback there. is it? 9:30. All right, we're switching over to an eval. $45 left. $20 for next 5-minute candle. I can't tell. Methodical Man. I think Methodical Man's short. You said you got 5 contracts because my downside is like the only red wick. What the heck is that? Somehow I lost my... So are you in any kind of position right now, Nick? Or are you sitting on the sideline? Sidelines. We're still just kind of at the bottom of that 4-hour candle. So we got to break that 4-hour candle if we want to look for shorts here. You need to oil to go down. Remember, guys, you want to wait for us to kind of run this 4-hour low here. And we will be on oh, you didn't take any funded trades today? I was trading my funded account that I have the least amount of money on. I think we have like $700 or $800 on that account. I didn't trade the other two that I usually trade every day. I didn't want to have a bad Friday with those, so we just thought it was best not to trade those today. And as you can see, we were just getting kind of whipped up this morning for a little bit. What's up? Oh, wait, that's a little advertisement from Luke. I hope it gives us an opportunity to jump in this. I just hate if it pretty much, once it goes through this 4-hour low candle here at the 75s, does it just dumps on us and you're not able to catch it? "20 seconds for a new 5-minute candle, guys. 20 seconds. Woo. Just cannot get through that 4-hour low. You're going short, son? Good luck on your short, man. I do like the short if we can break this 4-hour candle, but we got to get below this 4-hour candle here. Because sometimes, man, you get big reversals off of those 4-hour previous low candles. And see, we've already ran this 4-hour candle. So we got to get back below it before I would even think of a short for myself. So what's probably going to happen is this thing's just going to dump off so fast you're not even going to be able to catch it. It's just going to be like a waterfall if it does lose it. Because cannot get through those lows. Oh, that pivot way down there? Yeah. Where are you short from, Sunset? I have no idea at this point what we're going to do, Sunset. I mean, I would kind of like to see us break this 4-hour low and just continue down to the 400s. Yeah, we scalped it for 20 points twice. We took two trades off of that 5-minute breakout trade. The first one, the inside, well, the runner didn't get anything. Then we took it with 2 more contracts, got the 10 points, then closed the runner out for 20 points because it just kept looking like it wasn't going to get past the 60s. I was targeting 65, and we missed our target by about 5 points. So I just went ahead and closed it once I saw it start losing the 50s. And that was on the inside bar, 5-minute inside bar. So basically, if you ever see me mark out these blue lines, that means that more likely we're going to take those on a inside bar. And that was the very first inside bar of the day here. That's how I started trading on the 5 minutes. I used to trade on the 1 minutes, and I started watching these 5-minute inside bars, and that's how I started trading the 5 minutes. And that's been quite a while back. Ultrasound, what is the WTI? Oh, oil. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, it's a okay, it's a Western Texas. Okay, so it's an oil company. Okay. I think usually on the oil, I usually just go to CL, I think. Just do the CL. Yeah, just go to crude oil. But I haven't really done that in a while where I sit there and watch another futures market just so that while watching the NQ, like I said, I used to do that on the I used to do that with the ES, but I just found it just to be a little bit like just too much, just trying to watch both charts. Because I would find myself trying to buy like fake breakouts because I'd see one doing something, then I would literally take trades based off on what the ES was doing sometimes. Right, yeah. A lot of uncertainty with the oil at the moment. The only thing I don't like about the oil is like when it comes to our pricing, I don't understand how price could go up today and our fuel prices go up at the pump, but whenever oil prices go down, it takes like 3 to 4 months to get to our pump. Like it's like manipulation at its best. So oil prices can go up and they can change the price at the pump. What oil, what gas they currently have, but if oil goes down next week, it's going to take till the summer months before you see the discounts. So it's so manipulated. Uh, yeah, no, yeah, no kidding. Like it definitely shouldn't be affecting prices that fast. Guys, if this thing goes out the bottom, it's probably going to go so fast that all you can do is sit there and watch. That's usually what happens whenever we consolidate like this. You'll get like that quick knife fall trade. So unless you're in it, it'll make it super tough trying to. What's up, Gilbert? How are you doing today? Oh, I don't know. Is that the man? I want to take this breakout here, but man, oh my oh my eval. Oh, looks like the runner's going to get stopped back out. We're still in it with the runner. This could push back up to the 81 here, unfortunately. But I'm not going to risk more than 10 points on this trade for my runner. I'd rather downsize and re-enter if we have to. All right. Yeah, there's that 81. Oh, no, I tried to. I entered a little late on that. I was trying to get my stuff set up. Probably will close it if it comes back above our 4-hour close there. I was trying to change over to 2 micros. This is a eval here, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to watch another chart too over here. Damn it. We're on micros on the NQ, so I'm not liking that new candle getting ready to come in. I got to hit that first target before this new candle opens. Damn it. $30 seconds left. $20. Yeah, if we can't close this candle in the next few seconds, we may close this and just look for another entry, because I hate that this thing is just stuck, because this thing can just rip my face back off to the top side. Yeah, I knew that shit was going to happen. All right, we had to get out of that. I think that took our profits that we made a while ago. Yeah, that knocked us back down to 48 bucks. So like I said, we're back to trading evals, guys. You're buying? Nice. Yeah, we're still just struggling to lose this 4-hour candle. God dang it. Wow, this thing is just insane. No, this is the 5-minute charts, but we are watching the bottom of the 5 minutes charts. Very manipulated at the moment. You made 75 on that short. Yeah, I hate that we didn't get the complete follow through there. I hold those trades sometimes a little longer probably than I should. What it is, we're just on micros sometimes, and so we're looking for the bigger move. So that's why it probably seems like it stopped out a little bit more, because I'm looking for the follow through. And whenever we have trading days where you don't get the follow through, it makes it super tough. So right now we're in the red on our elusive. So $48. So $48 in the red. Yeah, we're also in the macro time here, the last 10 minutes of the hour. You're buying down? You think we go down? It's definitely going to be a pretty mediocre day. I mean, it took a few trades to even get back in the green on my other account, which we're only in the green like 80 bucks. That was that one that we took a loss on that first trade. In the second one, we hit our first, 4 contracts. Then the other one got broke even, or not break even, but our runner got stopped out on that one too. Then we took another short while ago on the fundeds, and now we're trading the Lucif account. We tried to short this twice over here. Man, that's looking like a really, really strong 5-minute candle here. I know this could easily come back down to the come on, someone put a magnet up there or something. Holy goodness. The runners have just been getting destroyed today, guys. No. Shit. All right, runner got stopped out. I still like the longs to the upside. We're still on eval, guys. This may have to be the last elusive trade of the day. It looks like we're about to get stopped out. Ah, come on. All right, that puts us red 124 on the elusive today so far. So 124 in the red on the elusive. Unless we're able to find something else, that put us back down to 662. Now that I'm out of it, it's probably going to go to the moon. What time is it? Ooh, Friday's been tough today, guys. All right, we can always go to My Funded Futures and see what we can do with the eval there. Your best Friday in a while? Nice, dude. I feel like I'm on the struggle bus. Pretty much pulled back into that same zone that we were trading in earlier. I did like I said, we did the one fundeds that we had very little profit in. I think we had like 600 and something dollars in it when we started out today, Nick. I think right now we're sitting at 703. So I think after all those fees this morning, we didn't really make a lot. Yeah, I already kind of told myself this morning that I wasn't going to trade the other fundeds because I didn't want to have this type of Friday on my fundeds. I'm glad I kind of set off the sidelines with those and just kind of sling some evals around. I still kind of like the move to the upside. Nick, aren't you only like one trade away from a $2,000 payout or a $1,000 payout on your funded? Scared to trade today? I think it's okay to wait till Monday or Tuesday. That's kind of what I'm doing with my fundeds also, Nick, because I'm like two trades away, like two normal trades where I look for like 10 points in a runner. Well, just if you take a loss, man, just don't try to get it back on your fundeds, especially since you're so close to payout. That's usually the key to payout there. Especially when you're that close. 52 seconds left here, or 40 seconds left. We probably got about 5 or 10 more minutes, guys, before we have to get off. I have to get my stuff set up for My Funded Futures. For anybody that wants to join us on My Funded Futures in about 30 minutes. $20 seconds left. Dude, you would think this next candle would just rocket ship. Well, usually the inside bar is usually only good. I only like the very first one. Boy, look at that fake out. It's so dirty. That is so dirty. No momentum, guys. No momentum. Might just end up just not taking a trade till we get on My Funded Futures with the My Funded Futures eval. That would be nice. That'd be a nice sell. I got to keep up with time here, guys. So. Yeah, we're still just kind of trapped in that zone. What kind of like the little consolidation box between the 520s and the 470s. We've been kind of stuck in this area of what since not 10 o'clock. So an hour and 20 minutes we've been stuck in this area. Even 5 points looks hard. Like it's just barely going up 5 to 10 points, then pulling back. Oh my goodness. All right. What do we got? Another. Finally getting a little push here. But even just pushing up 10 to 20 points is just insane right now. Yeah, sounds good, Nick. Yeah, we've taken quite a bit of trades. The last, say, 30 minutes ago, we've been just looking for eval trades. We did take a couple funded trades this morning. We even traded it more than we usually do because it's one of the funded accounts that I don't have a lot of profit on. So the first one was a loss. The second one was we hit the first set of contracts, but the runners got stopped out. Then we got the third one, and it gave us a little bit of green, but not that much. So it's been a very difficult day. And right now we're down 125 in our eval on Lucif. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. So we're 125 in the red on our elusive. And even right now, we're not just getting really good follow through. Everything's going up like 5 points, 10 points, and just kind of yanking back. So it makes the entry super, super tough at the moment. So I may even just leave my elusive account with the $124 in the red and just come back next week. Because I know if I try to trade it again, we're just going to end up digging ourselves in a deeper hole. Let's see. See, we're getting a lot of this type of price action. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I have to get my screen set up for my funded futures with Methodical Man. So hopefully everyone has a good rest of your Friday. If you're green, congrats today. It's had some tough moments. We haven't really had much movement since 10 o'clock. You can see we've been kind of just trapped inside this zone for the last hour and 20 minutes. So we made a little profit on the funded, but very, very little. We're red on the eval, and that was from last night. I was in the red on this eval last night, but we took a gold trade after the stream for a few points. But I think I'm just going to have to just let that elusive stay red today because I know if I try to get it back, we're just going to end up digging ourselves in a deeper hole. Then I'll be showing up Friday with a brand. I mean, I'll be showing up Monday with a brand new elusive account. I know that'll happen if I try to get that crap back. I just need to just disconnect from my elusive accounts then. And we'll just trade the my funded futures for our next count. Thank you, guys.